All right, so let's take a look at today. This is gold. Now, yesterday, remember, I said with gold, we don't have a swing day, but today is a swing day. And we've come up. Okay, so two things can happen because this is not high as you can see, but this is a pullback. This is a pullback, and then we've got an up move. So possibly two things are going to happen here. If we come down, okay, which is what I'd like to see, we'd like to buy again. All right. Remember, last week we had a swing day Friday. If I did that, that's that. So from Friday, market comes into the level, goes up. So that's all good. Yesterday I did say you can buy at trading hours. If you did, this was good. Okay. Now, with respect to yesterday, the US hours I said are also good to trade, but especially for indices. Okay. As you can see, this is the trading hours here. Now the market went up here. So the only thing you could have done really here at this level was to sell. But, okay, is this a place to sell? Because we're not having a swing day yet. Okay, so not really. The market just closed the gap. Okay, and now we're in this mode. So in terms of a swing day being today, we're either going to keep pushing up, which I don't mind doing. Okay, so if the market does come down, going up is okay. Maybe from here, maybe from down here. This is a place where the market went up. So this daily pivot, stop, sweep, that kind of stuff, which you're familiar with from the coaching program, is okay to do. All right. This is why, knowing what we're doing is like important. Okay. So if the market kind of dips down, if we're around here, like yesterday, this was a daily pivot, right? So it was like, okay, so that's the price, that's the time, bingo. If you went in on this bar, then, good on you. Okay, you could have followed it all the way up. But our bias was to the upside. Okay, so today as well, if the market comes down, our bias is to the upside. If we're going sideways, our bias is still it's going to be to the upside because the overall trend is up. Okay, so following gold up is okay. And on the weekly as well, we still have room to come down, mind you. Okay, but at the end of the day, the overall trend is up. Okay, you still have to keep in mind these levels I talked about yesterday. Okay, now on the daily, it's not going to be the same because 38 is now 2,822, which is going to be here. All right, so 17, as you know, was from the weekly. All right. So 2,817 on the weekly, on the LCL1, 2,810. Wait a minute, 2,810. That can't be. If that's 2,810, where did I get 2,817 from? Okay, so this 2,817 was probably from the daily then. My bad, sorry about that. So this needs to be 2,810. All right, so both of these levels. So that 17 has now gone up to 22, but the trend is still up. So any pullback into a trend, into a trade hour price, stop sweeping price, demand bar where the market pushed up, good to go, and so on. All right, and that's how it is. So let's take a look at euro dollar. Euro dollar, same kind of thing. Let's take a look. Euro dollar had a swing day Monday. All right. I did say if it comes back, closes gap, you can go long on this one. And that was a gap here, as you can see. Market dips back. What time? 10:30. Yesterday we had 11:15 to 12 o'clock, which is 10:15 to 12 o'clock, ladies and gentlemen. Targeting. Okay, so you should have been in the game. And bingo. All right, nice. And that's it. Now we're back in this zone. Okay, so be mindful here. Back in this zone. What to do in this zone. This is a sell zone. Let's take a look at the weekly. You can see we're breaking out, and I like it. Okay, I like it. So any pullback is legitimate for a buy opportunity, even on the daily pivot. Let's check. There is a bit of a gap here. All right. Any pullback, I'd go for it. Okay. Now this is a sell zone, but this is an impulse wave. And the impulse wave, we're either going to come back. Let me get rid of this. So let's take a look at our impulse stuff. Okay, remember from our impulse wave part of the course. So we're going rectangle. You see, it's a rectangle. Okay. So we're in that rectangle. Now I'm going to get rid of these. These are out of the game. Slight gap here. Okay. I'd love it if we came back. I'm not sure if we will, because it's a good, strong buy. But, you know, this is a place where you can get in even here or at the low or the stop sweep. Where's the stop sweep going to happen? Going to happen there, isn't it? So anytime we're back into a trading hour, if you want to buy the euro dollar, I can't say I blame you. All right, so I've got 755 here, so 655 is going to be on that bar, and I've got 820, so it's going to be 720 here, so that's a 715 bar there, as you can see. So, you know, the market going up is okay. Is this a good time to trade? It's not a bad time at all. Okay, 10 o'clock is also good, 10 to 10:15. 12:50, we should be at a place, not the best of places to trade, but I would keep an eye out for it. And 2:55, well, let's call it 3 o'clock, as I have done. Okay, 3 o'clock is good. 6:15 my time is probably going to be the best time today. Okay, so 6:15 my time. 10 o'clock my time, 10 to 10:15, 6:15, they're like really nice hours to kind of like trade off. Okay, and that's basically it. Let's take a look at SP 500. So we're good with that, right? Any pullback into here, you can also, you guys, you need to know technical analysis, obviously, right? There's still a bit of a gap here as well. Okay, you need to keep this in mind. You see the gap there, but this is the push. Okay, so market coming down a little bit is on the cards. I don't see like a huge volatility. I don't see something really unexpected and crazy happening. Okay, but in any case, this is the situation. All right. That's how it is. Okay, so the market's got room to go. Impulse wave sideways, market push to the upside. SP 500. SP 500, I did say today is also on the SP 500. Swing day, Monday. Okay, so that's Monday. Yesterday, Friday. Okay, so Friday market came down. Monday market came down. And I talked about this, put an arrow here, and this is the zone. Okay, so it's done that again, and I did mention the targets. So remember, you know, when we get to targets, you've got to obviously be careful. Okay, and there you go. Okay, this week, look at that. Okay, that's nice. Now this thing can still have a bit of push to come down, but on swing days we do want to buy. Now today is not a swing day. All right, yesterday being a swing day, market also sold off. So that's your Friday going up, Monday selling off. Okay, if you also bought, you should have been fine. Why? Because yesterday we had 10-10 which is 9:10, 10 past 9. 10 past 9 is on that buy. There was nothing to buy here. Why? Because you still had the gap down here. Okay, so that's that. Where did the market sell off? Good setup, as you can see, and then market just flashing through. What time did that happen? I had 340, so 240 is right on that bar. Okay, and I said it can push to 635, which is 535 on the chart. That's your 535. So market pushed into 535, and then we went even lower. You should have been alerted to that anyway because of the gap. Market comes down, stop sweeps everyone. Okay, so that's that. What to do now? Well, Monday being a swing day, that's your Monday. Okay, so we are going to be kind of like buyers as well on this one. We're going to have to do it on the weekly. Let's come back. Let's see. It's going to be a little tricky, but I think because we're at price targets, PST targets on the weekly. Okay, and it was a swing day yesterday. We're gonna look to get in. Okay, that 45 was 5,808. $5,811. Well, it's pretty damn close. 808 is there, so it's like pretty close. Okay, rightio. Okay, so as you can see, the market broke a bit of structure here as well because we went below the low of Friday, closed below it, but it moved up pretty fast. So this is what we're going to do. Slight gap here. Any pullback you want to go up, you can. What you're going to do is keep in mind what? Keep in mind the PST levels on the daily and the weekly, right? I've got 45 here. You see 45, 44, 43. So if you're trading, you got to put these as possible pullback levels. 5764, 5788. Five seven double eight, 5764. All right, so possible levels. All right, but in any case, because we're trading with time, you see how advantageous this is for us, because we understand there's a buying opportunity if we come back. So if it matches the time, if we do a stop sweep match time, you're all good. Okay, even here yesterday as well. All right, so selling off from the highs, way to go. Market comes into a swing day. It's the low of the week so far. It is Monday, and on Tuesday, buying opportunity. I'm okay with it. Okay, and on the weekly, we're pretty much on the line, as you can see. Okay, nice and easy. So there. If it should come down a little bit more, if you're using your PST, it can do so a little bit more, just a tad more. All right, there. So this zone is okay to go up. Be careful for this target at HCL1 5944. So 5944 and the 57, which is 6,056. It's a bit out there. Why? Because that's the weekly. Okay, so 37.42, just keep those in mind. 5897, 37.42, 5936, and so on. Okay, so as you can see though, doesn't matter which way you traded it. If you did it both ways, it would have been good. We've marked that candle in ages ago, and I said we've got room to push down. Okay, this is the same setup I talked about with Bitcoin, remember, going sideways. So you want to buy the low, sell the high, okay, and then it's going to either break down, flush everybody out, which can be expected here. Let's get rid of these so we can see them clearly. Okay, you can see here, right, that maybe a gap fill can happen. There are no here, there are none there, but this could possibly happen and then go back up again. Okay, so that's fine. But buying where we should be buying at a swing day is okay, and especially if we've got the zone. So just calculate your zones like I've got here, and then you should be okay. Same here, this is a bar. Market can dip into, slight gap there on the daily, as you can see. It's all fine. All right, so that's basically it. So yes, there was a swing day. That's either going to be a low or that's going to be a high. We don't know. All right, but buying this zone is okay. All right, and if you want to sell, then you got to be at a target somewhere before you can think about it. All right. Dow Jones. So let's take a look now with the Dow. We don't have a swing day yet. Let's check it out though. Same scenario, market going side, 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 and then the gaps. Remember the gaps? See why I said we should come down into? Market comes down all the way into that zone and even further. Let's take a look what happened here. Okay, remember that was a sell zone, so market just impulsing, selling down, which is fine. I did say if it goes up you can still sell, but obviously those levels are a bit too high. You see, this is the same zone. Now I did mention we've got room to come down here, and I drew this yesterday. Remember, top neckline. This is a chop zone, first market reaction, but you see the gap here. Market will want to fill that in. Okay, so the market pushing further down is okay. The first support of the day, 36, 42840. So 42,840 is down here. Now this thing needs to break, okay, before we can go further down. So this probably will break. Okay, if you want to sell again, you need to do it from a sell zone. Going to be up here, the weekly or slightly above the weekly, because this is what caused the break of structure. All right, here. So two things can happen here. We can either go up a little bit, close gaps, and then sell off, or we're just going to come up and sell off here. All right, well, it's pretty much the same thing. Come up to the weekly pivot, maybe stop sweep to that level or to that level, this zone. Okay, if it's a trading hour, we can sell down, and we've got room to come down, and that's fine. I'd like to see it lower as well. Okay, if that is a double top, then this big flush down could bring us down here. Any break of the neckline, which is there, that's gonna mean we're going further into Chinatown. Okay, and remember I did say March is a bit tricky, so but we've got the swing day, so just trade on a good day. All right, so you can wait for the swing days for this, and then trade accordingly, and so on. When there are gaps here, obviously, buying on a swing day here is going to be a bit tricky when you understand you've got, gaps there. Okay, so you can look at something else to trade until the next swing day, or if you understand there are gaps here like we do, then say, well, it's a little tricky, maybe I'll just sit tight and wait and look at another asset. Let's take a look at NASDAQ. Same kind of thing. That's 530. 340 is going to be 245. That's your 245, ladies and gentlemen. Right there. Yesterday, I didn't even check the news and nobody reminded me. Let's do it now. Non-farm payroll coming up Friday. Okay, so that should take us into a swing day. And if you check your swing days, well, we do have one off. Okay, so the day before might be a nice setup day. All right, if you check out your swing days, you know what I mean. And this is how things are looking. All right, so these are the news. So that's your setup. Now with NASDAQ, let's take a look. We've got a breakdown all going. No, look at that. 51.02, 21.015. If you're using your ATM, 21.015 is, I can't get any more precise than that. Look at that precision. This is where exactly the market sold. Okay, so that was all nice and easy. It's a matter of following up, really. Okay, and that's basically, so if you want to sell again, you're going to have to come up, and sell off. Okay, and that's basically it. So there's room to push down. As you can see, the weekly is good. We've got target into 38, 37, 19, 48, 1 to 80. On the daily, a good buy kiss is going to be down here. We're not at a swing day on NASDAQ. Coming down into 28, 20,104. Keep it on the cards. Okay. I did say yesterday if we go up here, we can sell off again. Okay. But the market didn't. Well, it did. Because that needed to be the whole bar here. Right. There you go. There. Which is also the PST level. This is why, the ATM strategy, if you're going to follow stuff through, it's not a bad idea to have under your belt. You got room to push. Now you got to do is just like keep pushing and shoving downwards until the next swing day. And, I did mention these levels, and I know they're a bit down there, but, okay, you can see this is like pretty much broken. Okay, so now we can close that. This is just nice and easy. Okay, so that swing day took us up nice and easy on Friday. Okay, so, and then Monday we're back down, but Monday wasn't a swing day, so we're waiting for the swing days. So we should be pushing down further, I guess. Okay, if that's the breakdown, nice and easy, into swing days down here, or possibly lower into here. So when they get to those levels, including this blue dotted line zone here, we'll be looking into buying. Why? Because this is a spot where they bought before, haven't they? So they bought here and went up. So this zone, although it's not in a green rectangle, you can keep it in there because that's where the manipulation happened. Okay, there. But you see, it's all one inside the other. All right, so you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, we're just going to keep it nice and simple. Okay, but mark your levels. 28, goodbye kiss. It's going to be support. All right, so if you're selling 20,084, 20,104, that zone, you better be marking yourself and covering your trades. Okay, let's take a look at Bitcoin. Now, with businessmen being politicians and stuff, wherever they have a vested interest, obviously that's what they're going to be supporting. So Elon being in the crypto industry, Trump being Elon's man, is now kind of like going to be boosting him up, which is fine, because remember, we did say it was a swing day. So what I don't understand is this, right? Which is funny, okay? Because Bitcoin's got Wednesday and Thursday, and last week I did say Sunday, right? So yesterday, in fact, I put an arrow on Bitcoin, and I've posted a picture as well. And then Trump made a comment that they're going to keep crypto as a reserve and stuff. And despite the fact that Trump spoke beautifully about crypto, the market crashed down. That is just funny how our swing days are working despite what Trump or anybody else says. I guess he's feeling like he's on top of the world right now, but as you can see, our calculations are far better than his chit-chat. So this was the zone, same kind of setup, okay? Breaks down, goes up, pushes down. Now, like I said yesterday, we can come lower than this, which we should, okay? According to my calculation anyway, which we should. If you're using your PST, I tell you what you need to look out for. This level here on a PST. Now, if we get that fintech done, when I draw a line like this, it should give me a price. Now it doesn't. Okay, now it doesn't. But when we do it, I'm going to say, well, what is that? And that's going to be like, well, this is the level and that's the price. Okay, so we should be able to get prices on that as well as we, develop this thing better and better. Now then, so what do you want to do? The next swing day for this is not today. So if we go up, pushing down again is on the cards. I just like to look, this was like beautiful. Okay, market going up. So selling it was awesome. When, well, that's 345. We had yesterday 340, so it was 245, which is going to be that bar. This is where the market just turned around. Okay, nice and easy, selling off. And then 530 on the platform is, there you go, market pushing down, selling off again. Nice and easy. Okay, why you should have sold off? Because we had the gaps down. Look, see how it filled by the end of the day. Okay, nice and easy. All right, so looking good. And this is also a breakout now. Okay, so the market broke below that, which is fine. Now we've got a bit of a gap here and a little bit there, but if we push up, market can sell off again, which is what I'd like to see. Which is what I do like to see. We've got room to come down a little bit more, so do it. Okay, you can sell it off, but just, you got to sell it off if it goes up. Why? Because 42, 80,975. So these levels you should have marked in. Also, the HCL1 is 81,880. Okay, this thing still has room to come down. I'm telling you, 73 is good to come a little bit lower into that zone. And on the daily, that 73 is about there. I say we can still get into this 77, 74 zone. All right, there's still room to come. I drew that trend line here yesterday. Why is my trend line constant? Oh, it's not changing. There it is. Okay, so dipping down a little bit more, stop sweeping in the gap, and then pushing up from the green zone is all good. Okay, it's all good and doable. So I think there's a bit more room to come down before we go and buy again. Also, like I said, if you're using your ATAM, just mark this line, let it sizzle down.